In high school, I was on the bus and I noticed a group of girls looking at me, pointing, talking about my facial hair. That's when I realized it was a problem to some people. It got really bad to the point that I stopped going to school.
A lot of times I pass as a young boy. Sometimes people say, "Hello, sir," and I say, "Hey, how are you?" And then when they hear my voice, they look like, "Oh, did I fuck up?" That moment, I feel bad for them for feeling uncomfortable. I think having a mustache is a rejection and a protest of general beauty standards for women. It's a decision that I made 20 years ago, and it's a decision that I have never ever once thought about changing.
Around age 13, my mom pointed out to me that it looked like hair was growing on my face. It was a little bit darker than regular peach fuzz. I was made to shave because the hair was supposedly very embarrassing. I was lucky enough to not ever really been bullied. I had really great friends growing up, so the facial hair thing was more of a personal struggle.
Hello, I'm JD. I'm an artist and I live in Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
My name is Alma Torres. I'm 24. I'm from the Bronx, New York, and I work as a photographer.
My name is Annalisa Hackelman. I live in Reno, Nevada, and I am a customer service agent as well as a freelance photographer. My facial hair stems from something called polycystic ovarian syndrome. I had a lot of excess androgens, which is like the female version of testosterone, and without knowing how to control it, it just got worse as I got older.
I do have high testosterone, so that is probably part of the reason why I have more facial hair than other women.
I was diagnosed with PCOS at the age of 16, and it's when you have enlarged ovaries and you have small cysts. It's excess facial hair, weight gain, acne, skin tags. I was shaving for 8 years nonstop, 4 to 5 times a day. I'd carry emergency razors. I'd stay in the bathroom shaving my face for hours.
Before I felt proud of my facial hair, I definitely tried to mask it as much as possible. 9th grade, I think. There was a boy at school who was kind of a jerk, and I remember him telling me that I needed to bleach my mustache. And at that point, I felt humiliated. I bleached it and definitely took the advice of my mother and sister as to when I was supposed to bleach it.
My facial hair started growing so fast that I was shaving 3 to 4 times a day, and it was never ending. So my husband said, "You know what? Let it grow." And not that I needed the permission, but I think I needed the reassurance that there's nothing wrong with me. It just grows. It's just natural. And now it's a bigger beard than my husband's. I'm lucky enough to have people in my life that love me regardless. I mean, I think anybody that loves you because of the way you look, that relationship, whatever it may be, is not a good relationship anyway.
It wasn't until college that I stopped bleaching my mustache, and I was visiting a friend and she said, "I think it looks really good. You should let this be your thing." At that moment, I trusted her with that and have been embracing it ever since.
August 11th of 2016, I decided to stop shaving my facial hair. I know a lot of women who have PCOS are not comfortable talking about it or comfortable showing who they really are. And so I decided to post my pictures captioned with facts of PCOS. When women seen my picture, they'd write to me, "How do I not care what people think? How is it so easy for me?" And I tell them it wasn't done overnight. You just have to embrace yourself and who you are.
I finally love myself, and I finally learned that there's nothing wrong with me. For a long time, I thought there was something wrong with me.
My mustache happens to be very well shaped, and I feel really lucky for that. And I'm mostly comfortable with the way I look, and I feel beautiful when I feel confident. So many people have come up to me to say thank you for just being myself and standing on a stage and being on a major label with a mustache.
I like having my beard because, while it makes me unique, I think it gives me a talking point to people to educate them or teach them about PCOS. They think that if a woman can grow a beard, they must have, crazy body hair and they must be like a werewolf. And that's just not true.
The reason I like my beard is because I feel more comfortable. I feel like myself. I can actually feel like me. I have less piercings now because I'm actually comfortable with my facial hair. There's times when I don't even realize that I have a beard. And I see people staring at me and then it pops into my head like, hey, people never really see a bearded woman. Women who grow facial hair or hair in general, our hair shouldn't define who we are. We just want to embrace who we've become.
I can't really make judgments about whether or not someone else should embrace their facial hair, but I definitely feel like for me it was a really empowering choice. I do hope that beauty standards change for women and men, and that people have the opportunity to do what works for them and what makes them feel good about themselves and what makes them feel beautiful.
You should do whatever you want. If you want to be feminine, if you want to be masculine, it doesn't matter if you grow hair all over your body. If you want to keep it, keep it. If you want to remove it, remove it. It doesn't affect anybody else.